Pelicans ho! Starboard bow! Pelicans ho! Starboard bow!
Okay.
It's been a beautiful day so far on our journey from the port city in Saif, where we picked up a load of wood. Just off of the coast of the Isle of Rizontum, we hear our man in the crow's nest, our ship's lookout, Taiga Northwind, directing our vision off of the what did I say, starboard side of the ship, off the bow. I don't even know what I said either. Where we can see in the distance a flock of giant pelicans that are known to plague the coastline in this area. Our ship's crew bounces into action, getting ready to fend off this scourge of man-eating pelicans. Tellys Rufy, the ship's rigger, a simia. He has loosely bound hair. He wears sailor's clothing, a white billowing shirt bound at his waist with a sash. He carries a boomerang on his back. And what else does he carry, by the way? Are you kidding me?
Is it fighting you already?
No.
Okay.
Oh, we're doubling up on music here too. Why? Because that needs to turn off. Shoot me now. There's always one thing.
What else does a telly carry?
Yeah, let's find out, shall we? He's only my character. I would love to share that with you. The tellies.
You've spent so much time on other stuff.
I know, there's always some rationalization for me being a goofball. While he's freaking loading, you can tell us about our ship's captain?
Captain Ridley. Captain Ridley would be our Galapa bard of a captain. His primary focus is keeping everybody's spirits up and making sure everybody's dancing to the same drum, so to speak.
He tends to be a very positive captain. He's not a whip cracker. That's why he keeps Narsa around.
Yeah.
He's a Kemp's Ridley, smaller Galapagos,
Yes.
a sea turtle rather than the larger tortoise style of Galapagos you'll see on inland.
Yes. And small even for Galapa. Small even for the sea turtles. Because the Kemp's Ridley is the smallest of the sea turtles.
Yeah. He's got a relatively smooth shell. It doesn't have those horns or angles that the tortoise brands tend to have. He gets up from his. He has a little tea table that he keeps up on the poop deck when the weather is nice. And he gets up and bellies up against the rail where Narsa Firetooth, his first mate, a Dracona, red-skinned Dracona, who over the past probably maybe year and a half or so, found herself in ship service. She cracks like a whip. She says, "Heave to, lads! Get to fighting positions. They'll be approaching from the fore. Brynja, river stand, an Ursa, she's the bearkin wildling. She hops up to the harpoon gun on the foredeck. And mounts it, making ready to see if she can put it to use at all. And her oldest sibling, but she's the eldest of the lot of them. But the elder boy, the middle child, Gror, draws his saber and goes and stands beside her, ready to help with loading if need be, and to lend a hand at the front. Gror has a sashed belt, nice bright red ribbon, as does his brother. But Gror tends to wear a metallic bracer on his right hand, on his sword hand. His younger brother, less skilled but brighter of spirit for it, Rogar. Where is Rogar on the ship?
Rogar is going to be trotting up to where his siblings are, trailing behind. He will be drawing his longsword in an attempt to try and help as best he can, but also looking to the other two to make sure that he's not getting in the way.
Right. And Nivelle? Where is Nivelle? Whereabouts is Nivelle?
Nivelle will be hopping down from one of the lower hanging crossbeams of the sails to land on the poop deck, and probably finds himself next to Firetooth and Ridley.
Gotcha. What do we see when we look at Nivelle?
Nivelle is mostly man, but if you're not looking right at him, he kind of fades.
Right on. What ancestry is Nivelle?
Nivelle is a Skykin. Nivelle is supposed to be, he's half air. But that's way down the line from him. He is mostly man now, but he still has that blood.
All right.
So if you're paying attention to him, it's easy to see him. But if you're over here, his edges fade. Right on. When he's in your peripheral vision, he starts to kind of waft out of vision, in and out of vision. Yes.
Kane Cravora? He was below decks, but at Narsa's call, he pops his head up from the staircase from below decks.
Yes. Mace in hand, grappler at the ready, ready for a fight. Dude's going to be ready for a fight.
He's our crew ribbit. He is an angry guy. He has one eye seems to be missing. He's always got that eye patch on underneath his tricorn hat. He gets along well enough with the crew if you don't talk to him and stuff. There.
fair.
But when things get funky and someone needs to go overboard, he's the first one to go. He's amphibious and so does well in the water. And when we need to do things that involve that, unfortunately, one of the reasons why he's so angry is he tends to be the one scraping barnacles.
Yeah.
So,
Scraping barnacles, chopping at coral, chopping at seaweed.
yeah. And then the only one we have yet to show to the world is Taiga Northwind.
Yeah, Taiga is up in the crow's nest, being a murder.
Right, he's a murder. That's a crowkin, a ravenkin.
Yep, Taiga Northwind. Nothing overly special about him. Good eyes.
Right. Our Murda have vestigial wings that tend to look more like a half cloak behind them. They can spread their wings and they can use it to kind of control how they fall, but it's not like feather fall or flight by any stretch. But he also has 2 full arms. So our crowkin are only vestigial in their wingedness, but he does have a full crow's head, and he too tends to wear the sailor's tricorn. Yeah. How is he armed?
He also has a longsword.
He has a longsword. Gotcha. All right. As everybody positions themselves on the ship's deck, the pelican flock becomes more and more apparent. It looks that there are maybe 5 of them, 4 or 5 of them from this distance. The way that they work, they are a horde, which means they all tend to group together. They're not like minions in that each one is a target. They tend to attack as a flock. And as you do damage to them, their ability to do damage to you decreases, but only at a certain threshold, only at a certain point. So it's about 50% of their health. Their damage dice drops. That being said, it is because he's closest to where they're coming from. Taiga is the one who's going to take the first hit, or the first attack anyway. Taking a 20, and I will need his evasion.
That'd be a 10.
That is a 19 to hit plus 1. Oof. He definitely takes some damage. So he's going to end up taking 1d6 plus 2. That's a full 8 points.
That is at his major threshold.
Ouch, he's already 2 down.
We'll go ahead and mark him 1 down and 1 armor slot. Because he's got that crow's nest that he can duck down.
Right? All right, and we'll pass the spotlight to him.
All right. We'll go ahead and have him wheel about and strike at the flock. That's just going to be a D. Oh,
yeah, we need to make the attack roll. Yeah. We're rolling all the crew as characters, so they will be rolling duality dice.
Gimme. That is a 16, 17 to hit.
That absolutely hits. Difficulty is 11.
I see it there. Cool. All right. And then that is a D10, 1d10 plus 4.
Nice.
Four and 4 is 8.
8 puts it into his major, so that's going to be 2 off of their damage, knocking them down. Was that with hope or was that with fear?
With hope.
That was with hope, which means you get to decide who takes the next attack.
Honestly, in my head, the next capable one to attack would be Kane with his grappler.
Nice.
It's got a range of close, but it is still a ranged weapon.
And the flock is spread out enough that there would be someone within that 15-foot range. So
Fair enough. That's fine. That's 2 there. So Kane is going to have a +1 to that grapple.
I have a dice tray if you need it.
I have one too. It's behind you somewhere. That is 13 to hit.
15, 20, oh, close. That's a 30-foot range. Woo! Sorry, that was a 15?
13.
13 still hits.
So 12 plus 1. Now, on a successful attack, you can pull the target into melee range.
Yeah.
And that is with hope.
Gotcha.
But the damage to that is just a d6. Roll max, so 6 points. That still pushes into major, yes?
You said how many?
6 points of damage?
6. That puts him just over major. Yep. So that's another 2 down, which means their damage dice just dropped.
Cool. I think I see what you're...
It's that horde feature.
Okay, yeah. I was looking at it. I'm reading it weird. I have to be.
Yeah, well, the last sentence does not belong there. That's minion rules, and yeah, this is one that I had the AI do, and the AI confused minion and hordes.
I got you. Okay. So Kane coming up from below decks would be closest to the Ursa grouping. So that would put them probably Gror would be the first to step over and attack whatever gets close by.
Okay.
You said Gror has a saber.
I didn't. Yeah, I was just because I didn't look at what you had armed him with. So
okay.
The art has him with the pirate saber. So
okay, that should be good enough. That would be a cutlass.
Yeah. And that's Gror there, actually.
You don't have anything on the table?
No, not on here, but on the screen I've got rotating art of all our characters, so.
Okay. So, Roar is going to make an attack against one of these, whatever's left. It's another with hope. 14 there.
That is a success.
That is a D8 plus 3. So 6 points of damage.
It's another 6 points. That's another 2 down.
How many?
2 left.
2 left? Okay.
Yeah, they were bloodied last attack, so.
Because on the paper you gave me, I only see 5 HP there. Oh, but I see 8 HP there.
Yeah, 5 HP was because of the minion mistake. That's supposed to be at every 5 damage that they take, one of the minions would be destroyed if those were minion rules, but they are not.
Okay. Got it. I'm with it now.
Yeah, no, that's just me handing you faulty paperwork.
Gotcha. Okay. So Do you want to roll for one of these guys?
Yeah, Achilles can take a shot with his boomerang.
That'll work. Go
Um,
for it.
the boomerang. I need one of you and one of you. The rainbow is fear. That's +2 because it's an instinct weapon. So that is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with hope. We're going to clean them out. They're never going to get a chance to go. That was only a 10 though.
Yeah, that's difficulty 11, so that missed.
Yep.
Too many friendlies near there.
But as it happens, that boomerang causes the targeted pelican to kind of swoop off and right into the targeting area of
Let's say
Narcissus. I think the only one who hasn't. Oh no, one of the
Narsa, Nivelle,
Roar hasn't gone yet. Oh yeah, Nivelle hasn't gone yet.
Brynja.
Oh, and Brynja, she's okay.
Rogar, Brynja, Narsa, Ridley, and Nivelle. None of them have gone yet.
Oh wow.
So we've already said Narsa. Narsa is going to take a swing. Has a +3 with her longsword. Oof. That is a 9.
There's a 9, does not.
Fear.
With fear. All right. That means they get to go. So we'll just go ahead and say that
Narsa?
the one that Narsa was targeting is going to go ahead and take a swat at her. This one happens with a D20 because it's an adversary.
Mm-hmm.
That is 11, 12.
Against a 13.
Against the 13, it does not. So these pelicans have they have teeth. They have the traditional big gullet throat pouch. But that particular attack was a razor talons attack. And it just kind of swooshes over her, but Narsa, being the badass that she is, she just kind of rolls underneath it and gets back to her feet in the same motion. She just dodges right underneath it.
Nice.
And spotlight passes back to the crew.
I would like Nivelle to take a swing at that pelican.
That same one, right on.
And this is going to be these.
What are you swinging with? What's your weapon?
He carries what is called a hallowed axe.
Ah, that's right. He's a seraph. He's a divine wielder seraph. That's right.
Yes. Oof. But oof. That is with fear. Got it there. But the fear dice was a 12.
But that is a success.
Yeah, by
just
itself.
On the one die.
Just on the one die, that was a success. That is a 1d8 +1. That is 2 points of damage.
All right, he's down to 1 hit point. This makes him the last one. He's struggling. That was with fear, which means he gets to try to take one more attack. The only way for him to be able to get clear and maybe try to survive this would be to fly over the head of our good captain. And that means that we're going to try to take a razor talons slash at him on the way by. Let's knock everything over. That is a 17 plus 1 is 18.
That's a 12, so...
That's a 1d6 plus 2 for damage, which is a 5 total.
I mean, okay. He'll mark an armor slot.
As one would expect a Galapa to do. Galapa.
All right.
And Pelican is going to try to head off of the deck and get out of range and move out. But if anybody wants to take a ranged attack, the spotlight would pass back to the crew.
That is within melee range, so can't do that.
Any of our guys have range? Am I the only one with a range attack, or do you want to?
Brynja has a crossbow available.
Nice. She hasn't had an attack, so let's give her shot.
Okay. So Brynja has a +0. With hope, that is a 13.
That is a success.
8 and 5.
Yep.
All right. That is a 2d6. I need more dice. That is a 2d6 plus 4. So minimum damage is 6. And she tried.
Still
7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. It puts him up into the major, so that definitely does 2. That pierces that pelican and drops it off of the side of the deck into the ocean, and the air was clear.
All right. Wonderful.
Narsa whips around and lays her hands on the captain, turns him around, checking him for damage. The captain is visibly shaken. He's not used to being in the thick of it. So he's kind of standing like deer in headlights, frozen. Am I well, Narsa? Am I well? Aye, Captain. Aye, Captain. You're well. Just a scuff mark on your shell. We'll buff it out later.
Nivelle will climb his way up to Taiga up in the crow's nest, seeing that Taiga got the brunt of everything at the beginning.
Right.
To check on him.
Ateles will rip up the rigging to join you.
Gotcha.
He's fast enough that he gets there about the same time that you do.
Taiga does have one scratch, but that's about it. Everything else was damage to the surroundings. He does have an armor slot mark, but he does have a hit point mark. So he did take some damage. So with that said, with that noticed, not life support. Aw.
Ateles, as you're giving Taiga the once over, he's doing circles on the edge of the crow's nest rail, walking around, checking Taiga, checking the horizon, checking Taiga, checking the horizon, just kind of chittering to himself, not really trying not to be in your way, but also not being in your way.
Okay, so the only healing thing that I can do right now is Sparing Touch, which will clear 2 hit points. Or 2 stress, but
Taiga puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, "It's well enough. It's well enough. It's not the worst I've had.
Okay.
I'll sleep it off. I'll be fine in the morning."
Well, at least let us bandage you up in the meantime.
Ateles jumps onto Taiga's shoulder as if to hold it still by being on it.
Ateli, you're not helping very much.
I am helping. I'm being helpful. I'm being very, very helpful.
You would think that. Come on, let's get him some bandages right quick.
He hops off the shoulder, "Stay here," and he just drops down the rigging. Doof, 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 boom, and he's on the deck already. Dips down below deck, comes back up with a shoulder slung satchel and whips back up. And as he's heading back up, says, the way's clear, Captain, the way's clear. All right. And Narcissus says, "All right then, well fought, everybody, good job. Back to your posts, back to your posts." And
once Taiga's bandaged up, Nivelle will head back to where he was before the start, just hanging out on the cross beams of the sails.
Right. Kane picks his mace up, shoulders it, and says, "I'll be back at my post, which is in my bunk." And he heads back down under below decks.
All right. That's actually rather nice that 2 hits landed to the party and really only 1 hit point was lost.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That is them.
That works. Rogar's gonna look to Brynja. Did I help?
"Yes, love, you were there for me. Thank you."
Yay.
And Gror pats him on the head roughly, but then also gives a little scritch. And Rogar leans into it. "You done good, lad. You done good, little brother."
Wonderful. All right. So what happens next? What happens next? Well, I imagine everyone's gonna go back to doing what they were doing before the call out, but what was everybody doing?
Ateles was checking knots, making sure that everything was battened appropriately. He's just doing his rigger thing, making sure that everything's tight and ship shape, as they say. Kane was snoring loudly.
Sounds about right. Nivelle was relaxing in the sail, making sure that the wind was doing all it was supposed to.
Right, and the winds have been good. You haven't had to use any of your air affinities to make anything happen. And it's been a few days since you had that, but we're only since you headed to do anything like that. As we were going in, because of the way the island of Rizantum blocks the incoming winds, sometimes you need to give a little push, just while the landmass of the island is blocking the airflow.
Which isn't that big a deal.
But we're on the way out now. This is we've just passed the far side of the island of Rizantum, heading towards Feir. We can bring that back up again. And we are just coming across Where is that? There's a bat-shaped island
Gotcha.
with the city of Vesonkanum.
See it?
It's just now coming into view. It's a couple of bumps on the horizon from where we are. And we're headed towards the Tigger of Shame. If you see it, you see it. The peninsula far to the west of the bat-shaped Isle of Vestonanum.
And the viewers are going to be able to see that just fine?
Yeah, from where we are. I mean, I can make a...
I'm so used to everything being over here on the TV.
Yeah, no, we've actually got... I'm going to go ahead and bring this in here. Whoops, too much. There's the Tigger. But at the moment, we are... If you imagine that our ship is in the center of the screen, we're about there, as I said. Not the screen, but in the center of where the map, what we can see in the map.
I got you.
I see what you're talking about.
Cool.
Okay. So the rest of that day goes relatively unencumbered by any more action, but I feel like it's time for us to consult our chart to see if anything happens overnight. Do you want to consult or do you want to roll?
Let's roll. I will point out I have seen a few things that are seasonal.
Right.
Which makes me wonder, what season are we in right now?
We are in Bloomberry right now. This is we're like in the warm side of spring.
Okay.
The sunny side of spring. Just for well, it's a review for us, but people watching may not have heard. There are technically 7 months in the year, but each month has a sunny season and a wet season, because only half of any given season has 2 suns visible. When Varun, the gray sun, is in the sky, he is alone, and that's the wet season. There's not enough heat to really evaporate the cloud cover, so it rains fairly constantly. And then in the dry season, Ishana appears in the sky with her husband, Varun, and the two of them together cause a real summer-like, a warmer version of whatever season we're in.
All right. So, like me to roll, or do you?
That's what I was asking. Do you want to roll, or do you want to be the one who refers to the chart based on the roll?
I will roll.
Gotcha.
I will roll these two because we don't need fear. That is 7 on the dice.
That is 7 on the dice, which means a powerful localized current runs counter to the prevailing tides, pulling the vessel off course. Narsa, who is navigating, oh no, she was navigating this morning. So who would be navigating? Well, it would be Kane, because he was the one that was off duty during the day. So
How is he going to navigate with one eye?
You don't need depth perception at this distances. Let's have him make a knowledge roll with a target number of 14.
That doesn't bode well. Well, He's got a +0 in knowledge and rolled a 9.
Oof. All right. Unfortunately,
But with hope.
the ship is pulled off course, and that means that the ship is pulled significantly off course, and it adds about a day to the journey. So we're pulled out to sea, and he is not really aware enough of what was happening to be able to make any course corrections that would allow that to happen. That was with fear, you said?
That was with hope.
That was with hope. So go ahead and give him that hope so he can
did.
have it to spend. And
I did. I did not give anybody hope earlier during the fight. So I remember
everybody got hope. There was no fear rolls.
There were 2.
Were there 2 with fear? Oh yeah, there were. Because we're up to 4. That's right.
Narsa rolled with fear, and Nivelle rolled with fear at the very end, but that was the end of the fight. No, that was Brynja. Brynja rolled with fear at the very end of the fight. With the crossbow.
That's right. It was a success with fear. So yeah.
Who was the other one?
Well, if you rolled with fear and Brynja rolled with fear, there's only two extra fear up there. So only those 2.
I feel like there was another one though. Okay. Lore got a hope. Kane got a hope. Nivelle got a hope. Okay. I think I have that corrected now. Okay. So we were about there. Got pulled out to sea. Eesh. So I suppose that would have been a rest.
Yeah.
So that would be Tyga gets his stuff back, and Ridley gets his stuff back. And it's just like it never happened.
Just like nothing ever happened.
That really wasn't that bad a fight, which is fair news. Okay. Cool. So
the next morning, Narsa comes up on deck to check on Kane's navigation. A little bit of work with the sextant on the horizon line, and she gives him a scathing review of his performance. And as is his personality tends to dictate, they come very close to taking blows. But just as it gets to that point where Kane's about to curl a fist and pull it back, the captain comes up on deck as well and says, "Kane, these things happen, don't they?"
Yes, Captain.
And when these things happen, all we can do is
learn from it.
Very good, Kane. You're relieved. Narsa, get us back on track, please.
Yep. Yep.
And so the journey goes. It's actually probably about a good week and a half, 2 weeks journey, as long as we keep Kane off the wheel.
Unsupervised at the very least.
Right. Do we want to make one more roll on the chart, or
You want to roll it this time?
sure, I'll roll it this time.
I'm going to predict
One
this.
and shoot, and that is 14.
I was so damn close. I was reading 13. So, favorable winds.
Hey,
Cain got forgiven. Strong and steady wind blows directly from behind the vessel, filling the sails perfectly and pushing the ship forward at an excellent pace. Time travel for the day is reduced by half.
nice. So we gained a half day back on the journey. The captain seems okay with that. This wasn't a really schedule-intensive delivery. But it's always good to have a fair day with a good tailwind.
Oh yeah. It's almost like Cain's mess up gave us the benefit.
Right, and put us in position to be able to get the benefit of this. Yeah.
Yay!
Before long, we're making the turn at the Tigger Peninsula, and
Is that the light turn or the heavy turn?
we're at the light turn. I only see one turn. If you follow the white dotted line, that is our path.
Are you looking at the close line or the far line?
At the far line,
Okay.
because that's the one that leads from Rizon.
I'm seeing a line like this that leads into the hard turn down.
Gotcha.
Right at the furthest point, right at Tigger's ears. There's just a very slight bump out.
Right. But we're up on the higher, on the further out to sea. We're up on this line here.
Yeah. There's a very slight bump there where it prepares to make that turn.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So that's what I was talking about with
Oh,
that.
I see. Yeah. No, we're making this turn. No, we're making the hook turn. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Basically, the varying shades of watercolor are marking at that point marking international waters, and because this is a boat that tends to do business with Feir, they try to stay out of Feir's water, or they try to stay out of Shame's waters, because the Shame Patrol would love an excuse to board any ship that does business with Feir.
Right.
So they tend to stay up on the higher arc, just so that they stay out of Shame's business.
That makes sense. We are true neutral. This ship is intended to be true neutral.
Exactly, and even though it's a legal cargo this time, and
No, he's not foreshadowing. Shut up.
hey, we never know. We literally never know what's going to be on our boat.
We're not supposed to know.
You're not supposed. Anyway.
It's just that one time. Okay. Making the heavy turn.
Making the heavy turn and beginning to make ready for that slightly sharper turn to head around that little horn and down into Durorum Bay. Durorum Bay. It is uneventful, and with Narsa at the wheel, everything goes as it should. Because Ridley is a good captain, he had sent word ahead that the shipment was to be expected. And so the port paperwork is waiting at the registrar's office on the wharf.
Good thinking, Captain.
So he and Narsa make preparations to leave the ship and head up the wharf to go speak to the baykeeper, the baymaster, harbor master, sorry.
That one.
That one.
I suppose at this point, the rest of the crew would be focused on unloading what they can.
On making ready to unload. Yep. This is a heavy load of lumber that has been stacked in a very precarious way because these are like 12-foot beams that have to be dropped in long ways down through the hold, the opening in the hold, because it's only about a 15-foot square that opens down, that drops down through the top deck, and then through the crew quarters, and then down into the hold. So if something goes wrong, particularly with a heavy load like that, a stack of lumber could punch right through the hull of the ship and open her up to the sea. So
that doesn't sound like fun.
Yeah, it takes a lot of Brynja is in charge of supervising this, with Gror helping. We have a ship's crane on deck that is meant to get things in position so that the wharf crane, which is much larger, much heavier, and manned by more guys, can
transfer.
Yes, exactly. Transfer over and then hook, unlash from our crane, and then make the swing over onto the wharf itself. So it's a complicated process that has to be handled between two crews that don't necessarily know each other. So loading and unloading is almost always handled by Brynja and Gror, because there needs to be someone with serious experience working with this. So we'll frequently find Brynja working the crane with Rogar helping to push an angle once it's been weighted. His extra muscle helps maneuver that, swing the crane. But Gror is down in the hold, doing the knot tying and making sure the lashing is secure and isn't going to drop anything into the bottom of the boat.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes, And then, what's Kane doing? Kane can't be sleeping.
I'm taking a Feir, but only because I want to have Rogar make a finesse check, because this is seriously heavy lumber. At some point during this preparation process, Rogar could have a knot too loose, or have a lash too far in one direction.
Who's rolling it? Because that's important.
This is Gror, the elder. Finesse for knot tying and lashing. Yeah.
Okay. That makes a big difference, because if I was rolling for Rogar doing that instead, Rogar has a +0.
Yeah. No.
Gror has a +2.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Pan.
And gravity suddenly takes over. Don't say anything yet. He's good at his job, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Critical success.
Critical success. He's very good at his job.
6s.
Right on. Very nice. Kicks the shit out of that 13 target number.
Does it, though? 6s. That was a 12. There's a 14 with his bonus, but...
Critical success trumps everything. So it is a very smooth unloading process from that point, with Brynja overseeing Rogar. She's able to keep him well enough in hand that he doesn't cause any damage. And so by the time Ridley and Narsa get back to the boat with the wharf crane crew trailing behind them, everything is in fine fetter and ready to be picked up and loaded off of the ship. The crane crew does well. We'll say that Roar's net critical success carries over into his lash work for the pickup. And the transfer goes easily. While that is happening, the buyer, the representative of the warehouse that'll be keeping this stock, transfers a big old pouch full of handfuls of gold over to the captain. Captain passes the bag off to Narsa, who takes it on board and puts it in the strong box in the captain's quarters.
Thank you. This is with the rest of my ship. Basically what that was.
Yeah.
All right. What's Atelli doing?
Atelis is supervising. He's very, very good at supervising other people doing very hard work. So he likes to be there and basically mirrors as much as he can what he thinks Narsa would be doing.
What he thinks.
Yeah. So he's pointing at stuff and wagging his finger and finding reasons to complain about things that aren't necessarily wrong or were actually intended to be that way, because that's who Atelis is.
And giggling to himself the whole time.
Always, yes.
I can see it. I can see it.
What is Nivelle doing during all this?
Nivelle, in my head, would be on the dock side trying to assist with the receiving of everything else. Because if he's up on deck with the bears, I big strong man.
Yeah, not compared to them.
I'll go stand over there. But no, down on.
You can go be bigger than the Dracona that are working there.
No, but at least he feels like he can help the Dracona.
Not all of them are Dracona here. We're at the Enclave. There are a lot of Dracona that are working here, but in this particular case, the warehouse that was taking possession and the teamsters, the wagoneers that are going to be transferring the load, we needed a chart for ancestries. Let's say that these are Orcish.
The cart.
The Teamsters. This is an Orcish company that is buying wood. Anybody who knows politics would think that this was kind of weird because the Orcs rule Sad, which is another heavily forested area.
Yeah.
So when the migration happened, the Orcs and Giants cut down and burned the majority of the forest land in Sad to build fortresses and barricades. And even after 200 years, a lot of that forest land still hasn't been actually regrown to the point where that lumber can be used again. The trees that were cut down were 1,000-year-old oaks, and so it's all still young growth and that's starting to come back in Sad. And without the druidic presence, because most of the druids were driven out,
Yeah.
To help foster the growth, to help accelerate the growth. We're just relying on natural growth rates, and so it's slow going for SAD to repopulate its forests.
Honestly, looking at the map here, there is a lot of grassland as well.
Yeah.
There is a decent amount of light forest and uh, tropical rainforest, but SAD is mostly grassland, at least 40% grassland.
Yeah, let me show them what we're talking about here. I was moving the wrong map. That's genius.
Yeah, I'm willing to say something about 40% grassland. Probably about 30% of that is that temperate deciduous forest.
Yeah, yeah. That central band of SAD is all now young growth forest.
Yeah.
So they're importing wood from Safe.
That works.
Would you answer me this?
Mhm.
Was that on the spot?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, the deforestation of SAD was not.
Yeah.
But the rationalization for orcs buying wood, that I had to come up with that. I was like, well, let's readily choose a race, and I was like, orcs. But wait a second, hold on.
They're right there, and they're.
Why would they? Why would they? Oh, yeah, of course, because
There's there's perfectly good reason for this. Yes, yes, yes.
there actually is. Fortunately, I'm.
Okay.
So yeah, I need to stop using this map because I'm just going to be moving this one around and leaving our our viewer lost.
I'm sure there's more than just one.
No, we're actually getting more views than I had thought. Not as many as one would pray for, but we're grateful for everything that we get, and so I want to be faithful to them.
Yes.
Once the current cargo is offloaded, the captain and Narsa give the crew's pay, and we're going to do 4 and 4 for what do you call it when you? I had the word in my head a minute ago. Shore leave.
Yes. Okay.
So probably going to be in the harbor for about a week before, because sometimes it takes a few days to wrangle the next cargo.
Yeah.
So we'll get at least 2 days each of shore leave, but we're going to go in teams of 4. So who is going to take the first shore leave? Which 4?
So the captain and Narsa should not go on the same shore leave.
Correct.
So that's split them fairly enough. Kane should not go on shore leave with Narsa.
Agreed. They'll end up drinking and fighting in the streets.
And we should not separate the 3 little bears.
Okay, so it's going to be the river stands and
Narsa.
And Narsa, that's right. All right.
Because Narsa can't go with Kane.
Right.
And if Kane's going to be part of the other group, that leaves Narsa and the 3 little bears.
Okay. That leaves technically 1 slot open because on one of those 2 sets, there's going to have to be a 5th person in order for everybody to get time off. There's 9 of us on the boat, including the captain.
7, 8. I only have 8 pages.
Including the captain?
including the captain. Novell, cap. Oh, because I don't
Atellies,
have
you don't have
Atelli.
me. Yeah.
I don't have yours. I know what I'm doing. Hmm. So then,
We can put, oh no, all three of the river stands are already together.
let's have Taiga go with Narsa and the three little bears.
Gotcha.
Oh no! I didn't want to do that. I didn't mean to. I killed Drogar.
No!
Not the littlest
He
bear.
didn't even make it on shore. He fell off the gangplank.
I accidentally hit the X button.
You closed this page.
I closed this page on accident. I wasn't even trying to click the button. I meant to click on his name.
And thus ended Rogar.
And then there were only 8. That's funny. All right, let's see here.
No more river stands walking off the boat. So Taiga, Narsa. Okay. So
okay, I have a question.
yeah,
I have brought up Dororum, the town map.
yeah.
That doesn't really look like a
Harbor city.
a harbor town.
Sometimes we just have to fudge it.
Okay.
That's one of
Theater
the
of the
problems
mind.
with the way that they do this. They use Proc-Gen Arcana, and Proc-Gen Arcana does not take a lot of important stuff into account. So we'll just have to pretend like the western border is ocean rather than farmland or forest or whatever it's saying it is.
I got. Well, it's round-ish, and there is something that looks like it could be construed as the ocean right over there, but it's not over there.
Right.
So
You're making me want to check this out now.
it's not bad, but it's not quite close enough.
And the problem is it doesn't save any of the Proc-Gen Arcana stuff. So if I were to go in there, because you can do adjustments to those towns, but it doesn't save them.
Yeah. I remember us having that problem when we were trying to set up Draco's team hall.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do this and this and this and okay, where'd it go?
Yeah. So you've got Claynot, the old district, and the cliff.
Yep.
Okay, let me just make sure that we're looking at, because sometimes it's even different between. Oh, good. Okay, that's the same there. So we
Yes.
just have to basically.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's just not quite close enough.
Not perfect.
Okay. Theater of the mind, people.
Right, exactly. And they can't see this, so
The ocean's right there.
it's all good. But the old district would be the enclave, because it's closest to the waterfront, and they want to have their international guests as close to the harbor as possible, so that there's not a lot of opportunity for them to get
military secrets.
exactly.
Because the Dracona have so many of those.
Yeah. So unfortunately, one of the realities of being a kingdom principality is that the kingdom quite literally hates anything that is not loyal to them. And so if they're going to do business, they're going to do it through proxy. And in this case, that proxy is Feir, because Feir, despite the fierceness of the Dracona, they are also good traders and good negotiators, and will have so far done business in a manner that is loyal to the king of hate, the king of the kingdom, Narrow Isis Inferiax. So the old district is, it looks like it comprises about 1, 2, 3, equivalent of 3 full city blocks. But it is all gated on the outer edge of that area. And in order to be able to pass out of the enclave, you would have to go through heavily guarded checkpoints, and they take those checkpoints very, very seriously.
Yeah, there's no. I was looking for the bathroom.
Yeah, not gonna fly here. But those 3.5 city blocks have a little bit of everything. There are warehouses, there are taverns, there are inns, there are shops, there are specialty shops, but there are also ship's needs, clothing stores. There's a little bit of everything within the enclave, and it's probably the bright spot in the entire city. The Durorum has a fair-sized administration, draconic administration, because the imports and exports need to be managed from somewhere close by. That's not something that can be done remotely. But it's probably one family, one of the draconic hierarch families that's doing all of that business. So it's not like there is a high culture presence in Durorum.
Do you have a family for that?
I do not. Would you like to designate a family for?
I was mostly just curious.
Mhm.
I don't know if I would want to.
Okay.
But think about that.
All right.
You were gonna say something.
Yeah. You got me thinking now.
Sorry, didn't mean to do that.
So I would say that it's the Tarclaw family.
Okay. Oh,
I'll end up using the playback for this note keeping rather than, but yeah, it's the Tarclaw family. We Fornus Tarclaw, N-U-S-F-O-R-N-U-S, Fornus Tarclaw would be the patriarch of the family. The if Dracian Meyerblight was the border lord, then Fornus Tarclaw is the equivalent for the
harbor.
The
lord.
harbor, yeah.
I got you. Okay.
It is not on the same scale. Obviously, Dracian had the entire border between Fear and Shame to worry about, but Fornus Tarclaw only has to worry about this one city, and literally only 1/3 of this city is actually a problem.
So I have to ask, because of that, on the map there is also Vivalo to the north.
Okay, yes.
But there does not appear to be any trade routes to Vivalo.
Yeah, no, it's landlocked. It's far enough landlocked. It's thick forest in that area that doesn't actually have coastal access. That's probably a cliff, a cliff face, which would make it inaccessible by boat.
That'll work for me. Just wanted to make sure that that was brought up at the very least.
Yep.
Cool. So the White Cliffs of Dover are just right there.
Effectively. or Gibraltar, that would be another, if you're going to take it to Spain.
What was the Cliffs of Insanity?
The Cliffs of Insanity!
If you know, you know. Okay, cool.
So,
That's the only one that would have been a question, because this other one is way the fucking land
yeah.
by comparison to the other two.
Agnanemia. Yeah, Agnanemia.
What he said.
There's some messed up names on here. I did not. This is Asgard's map maker. I do not.
He named the big places, not the little ones.
Exactly. So it's let's say it's 3 days.
Okay.
So we've got 3 days to kill on the boat. You and I, Nibel and Ateles, along with Kane, the captain. One, two, three, 4, 5. That's just us.
Yeah. It's you, me, the captain, and Kane. And Kane's not going to deal with us.
Not so. He's definitely not going to deal with me. I have pranked Kane twice. And in both circumstances, I ended up paying for it physically, and that's one of the reasons why you and I were so tight, because
I had to clean up after
you
him.
will have stepped in and kept him from throwing me off of the boat, or tying me, hoisting me by the petard.
Okay.
Which would be hanging me off of the end of one of the taller ship's crossbeams.
Gotcha. So, I'm going to ask a question.
Ready?
Are there any harmless targets we can practice on?
There's probably plenty of seabirds that I think would probably be seen as more pestilence than something to be protected. So it's likely that we could be doing a little bit of ranged practice against the seabirds.
And that's what I would suggest. A friendly time-passing contest between the two of us.
I like it.
Because you have an actual ranged weapon.
Right.
I do have bolt beacon, which is up to far range.
All right. Technically, I've also got rain of blades, but that's only very close. I risk damaging this ship if I.
Yeah, but only things that you find to be the enemy are targeted, right?
All targets within very close range. So yes, those are designated.
It's okay.
So yeah, it's seagull for dinner tonight.
Do you really want to, though? We could leave them for the fishers.
Well, just given what I've got, I got a +2 bonus to my instincts. So what do you think a fair target number would be for a small, agile target like a seagull?
Give me 1 second. I'm bringing up my druid so that I can look at the beast forms.
All right.
Because I do believe agile flyer, not in level 1 though. So no, don't do that. Do oh. Do. Sometimes Daggerheart is really quick, and then sometimes
it don't want to quick.
At all. Where is... I want the list. I want... It doesn't have the list. Ah, there we go.
You got it?
It wasn't where I thought it should have been.
Okay. Do you actually have it?
No. This is just the details for the beast form. It's not the actual beast forms. Thank you.
I got you, homie. Who says there's no room for hard copy anymore?
Right? Especially with all the advancements in technology that we have.
Yeah, making our lives quote unquote easier.
Quote unquote. I was wrong. There is only Agile Scout or Winged Beast. There is not Agile Winged Beast.
Oh.
So, okay. They have a +3 to evasion, though.
So I would take yours and then roll a d6 and subtract that. Because these are not combat creatures.
Okay.
So take your evasion as a winged creature and then roll a d6 and subtract that, and that'll be the target number.
Mine or mine grit?
Oh well, yeah, it would be yeah, a druid.
Okay.
So grit. We'll use grit as the foundation.
Oh yeah, that's a much better number to work on. So Grit's evasion is 11. I rolled a 5 on the d6. Do you want to add the +3 there, or?
Yeah.
Okay, so 9. My target number is 9.
All right.
All that just to play a fun little game. A fun little nothing just to see who rolls better. These two. It is these two. Okay.
Are we aiming for the same bird? I don't. This is a wharf, so there's going to be a lot of birds to choose from. We could be aiming for the same groupings, but I doubt we'd be able to actually distinguish which one I was pointing out, as opposed to which one you were pointing out in any given group.
That bodes well.
Yeah. We won't be taking Feir for these. We won't be taking Hope or Feir for these.
That makes it less fun.
Oh, really? You wanna?
Well, I mean, we're firing into random nothing. Are we paying attention to who's behind him?
Oh, that's a very good point. It was, yeah. All right, that's a good point.
Just saying. It's an option. It's an option. Let's not discount that yet.
All right.
I did roll a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
You rolled a 13, so that is against a 9.
Yeah, that was...
You got one. I rolled an 18, 19, 20 with Feir.
with Feir.
Yours was with Feir also. We'll just put those off to the side here. We can drop that. There we go.
It doesn't count if it's not full screen.
Exactly. So we're both at 1. We'll say best to 5, first to 5.
Sure. This is 19, 21 with Feir.
One for you, one for me. That definitely you freaking. What are you using? You're using your.
I'm using D2.
No. What weapon are you using?
Bolt beacon.
Oh, that's right. You're using your bolt beacon.
I'm using a spell.
You practically evaporated that one. There is nothing but a big clump of feathers. That was a very effective hit. That makes 2 for you.
It's and glows brightly until the condition is clear.
Each one of those feathers takes on that glow as it's like a little fireworks display every time you get a good hit.
I like it.
I rolled 8 and a 2 plus 2 is a 12, which also a hit, not as good as yours. And mine is just boring. It just falls out of the sky when that happens. But that was with Feir.
Mine was also with Feir.
But that is 2 each. Ooh. If we're taking Feir, we're also taking Hope.
Lucky you. I rolled with Feir. I did get a 10 this time.
Also a success. It was a good hit, but not as many feathers this time, not as dramatic a display in the air. I rolled a 10, 11, 12 with Hope. So that is 2 for both of us again, or 1 for each of us again?
One more for each, yep.
We are already at 5 fear on this. I'm going to have to say that there's going to be a negative implication at the end of this.
Remember, all of my shots make things glow.
That's encouraging. Yay! I did get a hope this time.
That was a 16 with hope for me.
19 with hope for me.
Ooh, another good hit. That's another fairly decent display of. What color is your beacon?
Pale blue. Teal.
A tealy blue. All right, nice, nice. Both of those were with hope.
So
Nice.
nothing to add there.
Nope, nothing to add
We're
there.
at 4 and 4.
We're
right?
at 4 and 4. You need another one. If one of us misses, I win.
Oof.
Yeah.
I got a with fear as well.
Ooh,
I got a 9.
you got a 9. You made the hit, but there's no feathers. There's just this big blue lump, a tealy blue lump falls out of the sky. I rolled a 13, 14, 15, but with fear. That's okay. We're in sudden death now.
One of us has to miss.
One of us has to. We are not that good, are we?
I think we are.
Aw.
Oh.
No, not quite.
Oh, that one's a 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, hey! Aw, that dot's on the wrong side. But it is with fear.
Also with fear. That's both of us rolled with fear that time, but both of us got successful hits.
Oh, wait. We've been counting these fear, right?
We absolutely can. I was just going to say that we've netted enough that there has to be some sort of negative implication for this activity, but if you have a specific idea, shoot.
Well, I have Seaborn
Mm-hmm.
rolling with fear.
Right.
Adds a token to the Seaborn card.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
We've just been playing with this, but
Is that are those tokens spendable on damage or hits?
actions. Action rolls.
All right. So yeah, you've been doing even better than. Yeah, you so far. I don't know. You probably got.
I've got one more. No, we're even because when I didn't
6,
roll.
7, 8, 9. So it's one of us.
It's not that big. I'll take 3. How's that sound?
Sure.
Oh. There's a limit.
Oh,
Number
Your
of tokens
proficiency?
equal to your level.
to your level. Oh, we're only level 1. You only get 1. Nanny, nanny, nanny.
But that is 17 with fear.
17 with fear. That's another one. That is 12, 13, 14 with fear.
Okay.
These guys are
That's-
almost clear. We are
Yeah.
we're betting 100% here.
I think we should just call it there.
All right, what is the negative implication for having focused so intently on this activity? I'm going to say this adds 1 to the pile because that was a shitload of fear.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep 1 actually in play. We'll keep 1 from each of us in play.
I think we attracted the attention of the local guards because of the light show that mine were putting off. And because nobody was announcing anything, guards are going to be a little bit higher on alert.
All right. They, the Draconic Guard, approached the ship, and they don't even, normally you would expect them to hail and get permission to board, but they're on the gangplank by the time they make their presence known. The captain is on board with us, but so they say, you will cease this behavior immediately, and we will perform a full inspection of this craft.
What would the captain, what would he have thought of our display?
Please, gentlemen, these are feisty crewmen who are forced to stay on board until their turn to take leave on shore. They're doing no harm. They're, in fact, doing performing a public service by clearing the vermin out of the air.
Presence roll.
All right. These guys are hard asses.
I will say, with hope.
Go ahead and give the captain a hope. I have selected what I feel is fair.
19.
Whoa! The captain is successful. He talks them down.
Yeah, there's a 12 on the hope die and a 4 on the fear die. And he's got a +3 to his presence.
Very nice. So what happens then is what started off as a stern, almost strong-arm tactic turns into a lesson in why. And the captain of the patrol, the sergeant of the patrol, ends up sitting down at the tea table and sharing a cup of tea while he lectures the captain on how such a display could be perceived by men such as him as signaling beacons to offshore entities that could be inviting an attack on this harbor. And he understands in this moment that is not the case, but were such activities to be engaged by anyone other than a member of your gentle crew, sir, we would be forced to tear this ship beam from beam in search of any sign that you were in league with Accord forces. We hope you understand, sir, the depths of the import of maintaining a clean presence in our harbor and in our enclave. It is a privilege that we allow you to be able to do business in this harbor, sir.
And I do understand that. I do. I will make sure that my men are reprimanded properly, and it will not happen again.
See to it. What kind of tea is that?
It's Lessonia tea.
Ooh, a seaweed tea. Nice.
I don't know.
It works for me, man. It works for me. He's named it. He's named the ship the Lessonia for a reason, and he's always drinking tea. So
Yeah,
it makes sense. I like it.
that'll work.
I wonder if I might steal a sachet or two. I believe that my wife would adore this tea.
I don't see why not.
You have my thanks. Mind your crew, sir.
I'll do better for it.
Let's be off, gentlemen. And the patrol leaves the boat. How does the captain reprimand his unruly crew?
Keep your flashing lights to yourselves while we're in this side of the continent.
I wasn't flashing, sir. He was the one who was flashing. I was very unflashy.
Neville just gives him a...
If I knew what a truck was, I'd say you just threw me under it. Just throw me under the wagon.
Aye, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
This was your idea anyways.
My idea. I'd say we share responsibility for the coming up with that idea, which was a good idea. That was fun.
It was fun, but we're not doing it. We almost got the captain and ourselves in trouble.
Nothing on this boat for them to find anyway.
True, but still, they can be scary.
And so go 3 days. Oh, excuse me.
Boring and nothing happened.
And almost nothing happened. Something almost happened. So let's shift the spotlight to our shore crew.
That'll work. So in my head,
Yeah.
Brynja and Gror are bar hopping.
Right?
Rogar and Taiga are window shopping.
Okay.
And Narsa is trying to keep track of everybody.
Right. While also scouting for potential sources of cargo.
Yes. But
But
mostly trying to keep track of everybody.
yeah, mostly making sure that Brynja and Gror are behaving themselves, because where those two go when things go wrong, they go very, very wrong.
Yeah. I would imagine that the bigger problem is drunk Brynja.
I can see that, absolutely.
Gror, being a syndicate rogue, would be more interested in the information he can find.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
bar hopping for intel.
She's drinking.
She's drinking to try and see if she can find a bar fight to join.
Right on, all right.
That's my headcanon. Do you have a problem with that?
I do not. I do not. That makes sense.
Rogar and Taiga, being the less combat inclined of the crew, I would imagine would be window shopping for supplies for the boat, entertainments for themselves.
Right.
Just
I have it in my head that Taiga is an artist. Taiga spends his time when he's up in the crow's nest drawing, sketching. I don't know why, but that it feels like a good thing to be able to pass time when you're staring at nothing but horizon.
yeah, I like that. I can get with that. I like that.
Yeah. Also, because he is who he is, a seer of secrets, Taiga would also be keeping tabs on potential sources of information, not just cargo, but rumors, secrets, and things like that. Can you? No, you can't. I want to get the stats on Seer of Secrets. That is
Yeah, that's not one I have access to.
game mechanics. The Murda is a custom ancestry. And they have clever mimicry, which allows Taiga to perfectly replicate any sound or voice that he's heard for at least a minute. So anytime he's spent in the minute of anybody, he can mimic their voice easily. But he's also, by virtue of being a Murda, a seer of secrets. And once per session, when you first meet a prominent NPC, you can ask the GM one question about a secret they are keeping. The GM will give you a truthful, though perhaps cryptic, answer. During their window shopping, is there anyone of enough import that they encounter that he would want to dig a little deeper on that?
So
It's okay to say no. I'm not saying you should, but I'm saying it is okay. Nothing has to happen here. We're just window shopping.
to me, in order to answer that question, I would want to know what kinds of shops are going to be available here outside of general store and ship stuffs.
Right. There will probably be a very simple magic shop that wouldn't necessarily specialize in weapons. There might be some, but it would probably mostly be magic items, which I do have a source of the type of things that can be found in such a store. Yeah.
I just had a wonderful idea. I love it. It's incredibly dumb and absolutely nothing.
Okay.
A cup that doesn't drain for 2 cups.
Right on.
So you could pour tea into 1 cup and get 2 cups of tea out of it.
That's kind of cool, actually. That is. It's nothing, but it's fun.
That's one of those that he'd see something like that and be like, the captain would love this.
Yes. Absolutely. That's very cool.
It's nothing.
Yeah. But it's something that he stumbles on and snatches up at his opportunity. He sees it and he's like, "Yes, this is something the captain would absolutely love." It'd essentially double his tea stock. Yeah,
That's a huge deal,
it
though.
really is.
Especially since you just gave a couple bags away.
Right. So what does this receptacle of beverages look like? How is it a goblet? Is it a tankard? Is it a teacup? Is it a carved wooden bowl?
So honestly, the image that popped into my head with the idea was a small wooden goblet.
Nice.
But teacup, wooden goblet, tankard. What was the other option?
I don't. I can't.
You listed a couple off.
Yeah, but I didn't keep them on file. I put them out of my head as soon as I got them. Tankard, goblet, teacup. Handmade clay cup.
Actually, hang on. What would be local? What would be decent local? That's wood.
Right, we're in the forest, the northern forest of Feir. The wood does make sense. What?
Stone goblet.
Right.
So okay. So we'll do 1, 4, 2, and 3. Roll a d4.
I have one of those.
As easy as that.
Right? That is a 1.
It is a small wood goblet.
All right.
Dark or light wood?
Odds is dark. It is light wood.
All right.
So like a white ash.
I like it. Nice. Cool. Small present for the captain acquired.
Yeah, nice. He tucks it into his shoulder bag, and who is he with? He's with Rogar. Rogar spends the entire visit trying to negotiate down the cost of a steel helm that would serve no purpose on a boat. It is but he thinks he would look dandy in it. It's probably 2, maybe 3 sizes too small for his head. And when Taiga brings this up, he's like, we can stretch it. We can stretch it. Easy enough. So, but unfortunately, the shopkeep will not move on the price. And it's a chest of a full chest of gold for this, because it's stats. It's probably like a tier 3.
Hot damn! No, that makes sense. We are in a magic shop, and he's after a piece of armor.
Yeah.
That doesn't fit him.
Sir, if you can get this on your head, I will give you a chest of gold.
Takes his ears, folds them up and tries to ponytail them, and then yeah, it falls off the back of his head. I'm sorry if I spit.
His ears. Oh.
Puts it back on the shelf. But no trouble. It's a fun encounter, but
While it's almost on his head, he feels just a little fancier. It is a helm of finesse.
oh, nice. While his ears were tucked into it, he was like, "Hey, I might be able to think." Meanwhile, at the bar,
Yeah. At the bar, Brynja and Gror are sitting not in a corner spot, but against a wall. Gror is listening to everything, and Brynja is drinking everything.
right, and talking loudly enough that Gror is having some issue he keeps drawing her, or she keeps drawing his focus. So every time she thinks he might be onto something, she kind of pulls him away by making some offhand remark just a little bit too loudly in the hopes that someone will take offense at it. Let's give Gror a what would it be? Knowledge, do you think, or
For what?
for overhearing something useful?
Yeah. I'd say knowledge because that would be the ability to comprehend and analyze,
Right.
which are both underneath knowledge.
We're gonna make it at disadvantage because Brynja won't shut up.
Right.
And we're going to say that is our target number for something interesting.
All right.
And then if he rolls any over that, the more interesting / useful what he gains, what knowledge he gains will be.
You go ahead and roll the disadvantage.
The disadvantage die, gotcha. That's a D6.
So that is fear. That is 11.
That is 11, which brings it to a 6. Nothing useful.
I don't think that did very well.
No, nothing useful. He would have needed a 14 in order to be.
That was a 10 and a 1.
Yeah, not a great roll. Brynja is making it really, really difficult to be to find anything of use. So that's day 1 of shore leave. Yes.
Brynja starts a fight.
On day 1?
On day 1.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
why he couldn't finish getting whatever he was.
Gotcha. Wow. So let me do a real quick. You.
I'm gonna go ahead and say she just grabs one dude by the shoulder that's trying to walk by, spilling his drink. Tried to get his attention to say something.
Okay. Let's do we'll do a fate roll. That's going to be duality dice, no hope, no fear. And this is going to be to determine whether or not anyone else gets drawn into this fight.
Okay.
If it is hope, then no one else well, no, let's do it backwards because Brynja is hoping that this gets to be big. So if it's hope, other people get drawn into this fight and we'll do a separate roll to determine how many of the patrons do that.
Okay. That is a 6 on the fear dice.
A 6 on the fear die. That's the higher one.
That
So
is
it
the
is fear.
higher.
So it is only the one gentleman. Everybody else stands back and lets this fight happen. We have 6 of Brynja's actions, or we would say 6 of 6 river stand actions. If that die drops to 0, city guard will be called.
Yeah.
So between the two of us, we have 6 actions to bring this guy down to unconsciousness. We will be playing for stress, not for hit points.
Yep.
each damage point, but we will be abiding by thresholds. We'll still be doing damage to thresholds, but
It's non-lethal.
right, exactly. Hit points will be transferred to stress instead. So, but it's Gror's not going to get involved,
Okay.
unless it looks like she's going to be on the losing end of it.
Kind of doubt that.
I need to finish doing this. Can you please roll a d4 for me?
That's all one.
Oh yeah, I think this is going to go really easily. We were rolling to determine the tier of the opponent.
Yeah, that's a one. And don't forget, she's level 2.
Oh, that's right. She is. So yeah, this is going to go really fast then. So what is the pretext of this fight?
She was trying to say something to somebody walking past, and he was ignoring her, so she grabbed his shoulder, spilling the drinks he was carrying. And he didn't like that, so he swung.
All right.
And she just, her eyes light up. Oh, thank you.
It is okay.
This is a problem, crew.
Yeah, we are troublemakers.
But only half of us.
That's enough, though. I think that is enough.
Kane's trying to keep his head down. The two little ones are window shopping painlessly. Narsa's like trying to keep the peace in her own Narsa way. And the captain is trying to keep the peace despite his crew.
What ancestry is this gentleman?
Oh.
It's for flavor only. It's not going to affect his abilities at all.
He would not be an elder race. She wouldn't care trying to pick on a fight with somebody smaller, so he's a giant.
All right. All right. He is a bruiser. That is his type. He is a large, muscular person. His nose has already been broken. His lip has scarring from having been actually split at one point. And he's got cheap ale in his breath. He's wearing simple torn clothes, and he was already spoiling for a fight. So she grabs him by the shoulder and spins him around. And he says, what does she say to him?
I hadn't thought that far ahead. She was just talking and was trying to talk to him, but got ignored.
Right.
And it was like, hey, I'm talking to you.
Okay. he whips around on her, and without really even thinking about it, he looks at her and he sees the look in her eye, that sparkle. He reaches behind him and picks up a chair and smashes her with it. Grab a chair action. The brawler grabs a nearby improvised weapon, a chair, and smashes it over her head. We're making an attack against her within melee range. Yep.
Giants also have reach, so it doesn't have to be melee.
Oh, that's right. But they are. She was within range to be able to try to jump up and touch his shoulder. All right, so we're opening this up with what's his attack bonuses? +1. I wish I could show it to you. That is a nat 20. Ooh, that is a nat 20, which means she is taking. Ooh, ooh. Let me get 2 d10s. No. This happens like that. That doesn't happen this way. It takes. It's a full 10 plus 1d10 plus 3. Critical damage is full max damage plus the die roll.
Gotcha. So still,
Ooh. 8. That's the 10. All right. So yeah, without even he back his shoulder like he's going to take a swing at her, and then it comes back, and there's a chair in that hand. He rolls a 9, so that's 19 plus 3, 20, 21, 22 points.
okay. That's her severe threshold is 15.
Oh, shit. I am wrong. I'm sorry. On a success, deal 1d12 plus 4. Sorry about that. That's 12.
It's already at her severe.
It's at her severe? Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that's we don't need to make it any worse then. It can't.
So she will mark an armor slot and take 8 points for that. And then?
The chair, mostly broken, ends up settling around her shoulders in such a way that she is invulnerable. She is now vulnerable. So Gror, seeing what just happened, how it started ugly already, is going to do. She's already have 50%, right? That was 3, right?
She marked a hit point and only took 2. She has 7.
Stress.
Oh. So that's still only a third.
Okay. She's got 9 stress?
She has 6 stress. She marked an armor slot to take less of it.
Gotcha. 1 hit point is 1 stress in this circumstance. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, she's got 6, 1 armor slot, and 2 stress marked.
Okay.
Leaving 4 stress and 2 armor slots.
Gotcha. Do you want to roll for Gror, or shall I?
What is Gror doing?
What is Gror doing? That's if you're going to roll for him, you're going to tell me what he's doing. If I am, then I will do the telling. Doesn't matter to me. I'm good either way. She has not gone, but Gror is going. That's.
Yeah. You go ahead. I don't have an idea right now.
All right.
Not for Gror, anyways.
He is focused. Our brawler is focused on her. This is essentially a sneak attack. He's gonna do a chair thing too. So let's do, that's gonna be 2d12. And we are trying to defeat a difficulty of 11. And we will say that because it's a sneak attack, we'll do a +8 rather than a +4 for the chair attack.
The sneak attack is a D6.
It is a thing? It's a D6.
It's a 1d6.
Gotcha. Okay. But that's only on damage, right? Or
Correct.
is that okay? So that is 10, 16 plus whatever his. This will be strength, I think.
+1.
So 17 against an 11.
I think it hit.
Absolutely. Good. That means we are doing 1d12 plus 4 plus 6. 1d12. That is 11 plus 4. 15. That's 15 to him. That is over his severe. So that is 3 on him. Stress. Holy shit, really? Didn't really think that out very well, did you?
Is that it?
That's it. He had 3 stress.
He was drunk. He's already drunk.
Yeah, he must have been. His attack when he's not using the chair is sucker punch. So he's a dirty fighter anyway. So
Look, if Brynja got a turn, it was going to be ugly.
yeah,
Because she has a +3 to hit, which isn't that big a deal. But her damage is 2d10 plus 2d6 plus 3.
oh yeah, she would have shut him down fast anyway.
That's the sound of Brynja doing damage.
Many times.
That's a 10, that's a 6, 8, and a 1. I think she would have took care of it.
24, 25 points.
+3.
28 points of damage. Yeah. That would have more than doubled. That would have put him up into massive. That would have doubled his severe. That would have put him up into massive. That would have been 4 stress.
Brynja's a brawler.
Yeah.
Brynja's a brawler.
He's a badass.
She's a juggernaut brawler. So she has I am the weapon, +1 to her evasion, but then her damage is a d8 plus a d6. But because she's a brawler, or a juggernaut instead of the martial artist, it's a d10 plus a d6.
And then the stacking.
That's of proficiency. D10 plus d6, proficiency, both.
Right, but then isn't there? Oh no, that's the martial artist that gets the flurry of blows, the equivalent
Combo
of flurry.
strikes.
Yeah, combo strikes.
That's just brawler.
That's just brawler. So
That's not even juggernaut. Juggernaut is powerhouse, which increases the d8 to a d10,
right.
and
So-
overwhelm.
Under what circumstances does that dice roll again?
Combo strikes. After making a damage roll with a melee weapon, but before dealing that damage to the target, mark a stress to start a combo strike. When you do, roll your combo die and note its value, then roll your combo die again. So that's the base,
Right.
and then I have to roll 2 or
roll
higher.
a 2 or higher. Yep. And we're adding 2 already. Another 3, so that's 5. Adding 5.
Another 3.
Another 3. Oh my God, this is actually, and then okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So plus another 9 onto that 28, which means 37 points of damage. Brawlers are badass. Brawlers are badass. So, Gror, where the brawler hit her flat down so that the wood could kind of spread around her shoulders and entrap her, making her vulnerable. Gror angled it so that it was basically club and then a second club with 2 pieces of wood on the sides that are whacking on its shoulder after it crumbles. And that is a solid enough blow straight onto that head that Homie just goes and is knocked unconscious with the one blow. That was my fight! Swing. He grabs her by the chair, pushes her against the wall, bumps her into the wall hard enough to break the chair and to jostle her, and she is free. And now you've run us out of this place. We must be gone.
That was my fight.
Brynja.
I'm going. That was my fight.
He drops a handful, 2 handfuls of gold on the table. 3 handfuls of gold, that's for the chair. He can pay for the other chair.
Pears didn't have to get involved.
And there's enough gold on the table that the barkeep does not feel the need to notify anybody. And that is day 1 of Shore Leave. Wee! Taiga is definitely going to take a room in town. It does not want to go back to the boat right now, yet.
What about the 3 little bears? Because I imagine where one stays the night, the other 2 are going to go.
Yeah, generally they tend to stick together. Nom, 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 nom. What are they saving their money for anything? Is there a reason why they would choose to be frugal and sleep on the boat and then just take the day out?
Honestly,
And come back every night?
Given that Brynja has a tendency to cause destruction, I believe it would be Gror's idea to stay on the boat so that he can have more money to pay for damages.
Pay for damages. That's fair. That's very fair. So at that point where Rogar says, "I want to go find Taiga. Can I go find Taiga? I want to go find Taiga. If he's got a room, can I stay out?"
You're allowed.
He's just gonna draw. He's not gonna want to go out and do anything. Never mind. Next time I want to go out with Achilles and Nivelle. They're more fun.
Yes, but they get in just as much trouble as we do.
Narsa. Narsa will have been in the bar, but will have sat back because... Yeah, exactly. But would have been there to intercept the city guard had they come, to at least negotiate, if not try to grease palms. At the very least, to find out where the jailhouse is so they can pay bail. But yeah, Narsa's not one to get into the middle of a fight unless both of them are on their way down. That rarely happens. So she was comfortable just sitting off. She was in a corner. And only drinking lightly, I think. I don't think she's a big... Do you think she's a big drinker? You know her a little bit better than I do.
So
Has her circumstance caused her to retreat into the bottle, you think? Narsa got history. We already know who she is.
yeah. So I'm thinking that she does look longingly at the bottle. She does appreciate the time the bottle gives her, but I don't think she chases it very often.
It's something she'll do when she's not feeling like she has to be watching over the crew, you think?
Definitely when she feels that the people she's around are a little more responsible. Not like
So it's not often then.
No.
Because if it's not the river stands, it's Achilles.
Yeah. But
And if it's not Achilles, it's Kane.
so
Level walking.
right. So I feel like she might chase that a little bit more readily on first nights of shore leave. Nights where she has been stuck on
Okay.
the ship and understands that they're going to be here for a good little bit.
Right. So
And
it seems like she would wait and see the river stands, in this case, this specific case, see the river stands back to the boat and make sure they get there. Not necessarily walk them there, but trail behind far enough to see that once they're on the gangplank, she can turn back around and maybe then go and imbibe.
yeah, she cares enough to make sure, but also has that desire in the back of her head that she wants to go forget a little
Right.
bit.
And she'll probably find a different tavern, someplace with a little less energy, someplace where she can go and kind of soak in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense to me too.
She's responsible enough to know that she can't do this very often, but is going to want to take advantage of it when she can.
Yeah. Agreed.
Being first mate, she has responsibilities to take care of. And people rely on her. And that's something she appreciates, but she doesn't like being relied on all the time.
Yeah. She needs to claim that time for herself.
Yeah. That's where I'm sitting on that.
Right? So she goes back and finds a little dive, orders some Calmish whiskey, and ruminates. Is she thinking about her last encounter with Draco, or is she actively not thinking about that stuff? Does she the mood, she can't escape the mood, but does she dig into the history of it? Or is she escaping from the history of it?
Odds or evens or high or low?
Gotcha. Let's do high or low.
Low, she's delving.
Okay.
17. She's
She's
trying not.
escaping. Okay. She's escaping from it. So she's rather than thinking about what was, she's thinking about what can be, what her service to the boat will be, and kind of allowing herself to be distracted by the fact that any progress she feels like she could or wants to make is being stolen from her by having to play mother to this gang of assholes.
That almost reminds her of what she was once part of.
Exactly. Here we are again. And thought you were getting a fresh start, but the world keeps putting me in these gaggles of troublemakers. And so that makes her feel like she's doing what she feels, oh yeah, what she feels Draco should have done.
Yeah.
So this is her outdoing Draco, but still paying the price for what happened.
Yeah.
Never being free of that.
That's tough.
That's hard, man. Yeah, that's
sucks.
hard. Go back and watch Draco's defining moment
1 and 2.
1 and 2 if you want to know about Narsa's history with Draco.
They both paid for it.
They both have paid heavily, and for a period in exactly the same way. But part of her issue now is that Draco has love and has family, and she's got assholes. The closest thing she's found to family is the captain.
Yeah.
That's the only claim to a rational, human, normal relationship that she has. She's got passing friendly relationship with Taiga, and she has an appreciation for the joy and exuberance of Rogar. Maybe a passing respect for Nivelle when he's not falling into Ateli's traps.
That's about what that would be.
So really, her only real relationship is with the captain, and that even can't be uncolored because of the debt, because of her debt to him.
Yeah.
So she drinks the night away. She drinks the night away, thinking about how it should be, how it should have been, and what maybe eventually it could be. A life off of Risantum and out of fear. A life out of fear. That's going to be the name of her memoirs.
Right?
Out of fear.
The question there is it going to be a memoir or a...
Right.
We'll see how the ship takes it.
Time check. How do you feel?
I'm doing all right. I am starting to feel that pull of getting tired, but I'm doing all right.
Right, because we're approaching a scene down, so
I think if we leave it here, it should be a good gauge as to how it's received.
sure.
You okay with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's,
Absolutely.
let's go ahead and do that because it's already been 3 hours. That's
2.5 hours, yeah.
That's about what our episodes have been running anyways.
The
The last couple
went into 4 and 5 hours, but that's
those were bigger,
yeah.
more happening.
But all of
this
our
is
other
the
first
start.
episodes have all been 2.5 hours, so we're right on board with that. Rock and roll. So we're going to leave it at the end of the first night of shore leave in the town of Durorum, in the Durorum Enclave. And we'll see if we can get how low you want to go. You're like, we could go as low as 5 views to do it again. We could go if you want to set the bar high. We've had as many as 11 on a first episode.
So I was just looking at the other 2 that we had posted, and Side Quest Setup Part 1 had 8.
Mm-hmm.
Side Quest Setup Part 2 had 1.
Mm.
So if we just break that difference and get to 4,
All right.
because of first episode nonsense.
Right.
People might see side quest, or they might see side quest episode 1,
Right.
and be like, "Oh, cool."
Getting into the meat of it finally. All right.
This will be our break even.
Yeah. So tell 3 other friends to watch our first episode of Side Quest with Ateles and Nivelle, and we'll see you guys on the other side.
Bye-bye.